Hey there! Welcome back to Dr. Sohr-Preston's channel, teaching about psychology. Now remember, I make these videos to supplement my college psychology classes. I absolutely cannot guarantee that they will contain what your college professor or high school teacher or whoever wants you to learn about psychology. You're welcome to watch. Here we go. So today, what are we talking about today? We are talking about what makes people attracted to each other. If you've had crushes, if you've had relationships, if you've had people that you've been drawn to, why? Why are you drawn to that person? Is it true love? What is love? So many questions come up. Well, one thing that we learn from science, from research, is there are actually three kind of boring, non-sexy things that predict attraction. Number one, we have similarity. You are attracted to people that you have things in common with. Similarity includes things like similarity in race or ethnicity, similarity in values, similarity in likes and interests, even similarity in general appearance and things like that. We have plenty of evidence for similarity being a strong predictor of attraction. So you like people who are similar to you. All right. What else? What else we got? Mere exposure. What does that mean? Exposed to people, being around them. You have to be exposed to someone to develop attraction for them. There are some people in the world that you might get along with just fine. You might have similarity. They might be a good match for you in many ways, but if you are not exposed to them, it's not going to happen. All right. Another related idea that fits with mere exposure is proximity or propinquity. These are both, maybe fancy sounding terms for something that's actually quite simple. Being close, proximity, someone's near you. You have a chance of interacting with them. You have a chance of meeting them, essentially. And propinquity is essentially synonymous with proximity. All right. So like if you sit next to somebody in a class, you have propinquity or proximity. You have a chance to interact with them, to meet them. If they live near you in the dorm or the apartment, you work with them, work next to them, where you pass by the desk to get to your job, things like that. All of these things, as unsexy, as unexciting as they sound, they make it more likely that you can develop an attraction for somebody. Now, what else? What's the other kind of big three that is associated with attraction? Physiological arousal. So this is where your body comes into play. Getting excited, getting your heart beating, having other signs of physiological arousal. These are predictive of developing attraction for somebody. So if you find someone sexy and they get you sweaty and your heart pumping and your hands are all aflutter, you find them attractive because, they get you excited in that way. But also there's this other thing supported by research called misattribution of arousal, which is people don't like to hear about it because it's not very romantic or sexy at all. It doesn't fit with our ideas of romance and love, even though we can find plenty of examples of this in romantic comedy or rom-com movies. All right, so what is misattribution of arousal? This has to do with you getting physiologically aroused for some other reason, like you're scared or you're, excited, something thrilling is happening. Like maybe you both get in a car accident together and the arousal that comes from that gets associated with that person. Or even you go see a scary movie together. There's even evidence that can increase your attraction for somebody. The physiological arousal you feel from the other source, the other stimulus, gets linked to this person. And you can actually see examples of this in movies. How many times have you seen a movie where two people go through something exciting together, some kind of adventure, even if they don't like each other in the beginning, they go through an adventure, they go through a plane crash or something, and then they end up being drawn together. Well, that could be from misattribution of arousal. We don't like to acknowledge that one because we like to think that if you're attracted to somebody, it's because they're right for you and they're your true love. Now, there's plenty of other research out there about attraction and what predicts what's associated, what's correlated with our attraction for other people. This is just a sampling, a summary of kind of the big three from research. All right, so my students, make sure you know that. If you're visiting from some other class, I can't guarantee I covered everything that your professor would want you to know, but good luck.